time, and I try to catch that just as you hear it, lest you think you're going to get a pre-recorded show. It's a useless message, and this is my daily announcement of its uselessness. Okay, welcome to the show. I'm Dennis Prager. I have good news. What do you think of that? I told it to the living martyr who, like Oscar the Grouch, does not thrive on good news. By the way, Oscar the Grouch was my favorite Sesame Street character. Do you know that when I was in graduate school, I watched Sesame Street before going to school every day? I can tell you all the characters, even Mr. Snuffleupagus, whom only Big Bird knew. All right? Just for the record, folks. I know that comes as somewhat as a surprise. I thought the program was hilarious. In the best sense, not in a mocking way. At any rate, here it is. It's from the Daily Mail. Number of children being homeschooled doubles to 5 million since beginning of the pandemic, with 11% of families now teaching at home. That is really, really good news. The only excuse you can have for sending your child to a regular private or public school in most of this country is that your family would enter poverty or quasi-poverty if you did so. There is one other, to be honest, there is one other excuse. You want your child to learn that America is essentially a rotten country. You want your child to learn that there's no such thing as a boy or a girl. Okay, then there's every good reason for you to send your child to school. You don't want your child to learn a damn thing other than left-wing propaganda. Then you have every reason to send your children to a regular school in this country. The number of U.S. children being homeschooled has doubled since the start of the pandemic, from roughly 2.5 to 5 million, representing 11% of households nationwide now homeschooling their children. The reasons are varied, researchers say, but overall the shift represents a loss of faith in America's public school system. By the way, I don't know why they say that. It's also private school system. It's an odd thing. It's not people. Obviously, if people had faith in private schools, they'd send them to private schools. The elite private schools are at least as bad as the public schools. At least as bad. They're taught by anti-American, anti-truth teachers, led by anti-truth principals. Did I tell you? Yes, I did. I told you yesterday. Things that the head of the teachers union in Los Angeles, Cecily Mayart Cruz, and this is from Los Angeles Magazine. What was the precious quote that we got from her from this very, very long article? I mean, the woman is essentially, though she would not use the term, but she would be indistinguishable from what was known in the old days as a communist. I mean, the stuff that she advocates teaching. I mean, the woman hates this country. The union hates this country. They're ruining your children. And people do it. Here, oh yeah, oh, that's right. This is really something. Oh, God. Our kids didn't lose anything. It's okay that our babies may not have learned all their times tables. They learned resilience. They learned survival. They learned critical thinking skills. They know the difference between a riot and a protest. They know the words insurrection and coup. So that's what they want. They don't care if your child knows a times table. Times table, that's white supremacy, to insist on mathematical basic math knowledge. But to know the difference between a riot and a protest, and to know the words insurrection and coup, That's what we want your children to know, and you keep sending your children there. Now, I love clarity and honesty. So if you say,